All right, so I just needed to pause so I could get to this spreadsheet so we could take a look and see where we are now. So with that trade, that puts us, I'm going to move this down here now, puts us right here on trade number 17. So that trade just now had 20 contracts on it. You can see the new balance, 2003. That puts us right here on the spreadsheet at 17 trades in. So this trade basically represents the 17th week, 17th trade. By the time this video is released, it will be the 17th week of the project. On the next trade, I'll be scaling up to 24 contracts. And we're literally just, taking one trade at a time, one trade after the other, which is what the project is all about. It's showing what it looks like when you just consistently apply the same skill set over and over again. Now, one important thing to remember and to realize about the skill set is that patience and discipline are the two most forefront parts of the skill set. People have a tendency to try to work on their mindset at a later time and procrastinate and put it off. But when it comes to what we do here, the mindset is at the forefront of training. Everything that you'll be learning when you train with us is actually leading to you cultivating and developing your mindset, because in order to wait for the market to present these opportunities, the trade that I just took just now is an example. I was actually in the middle of doing a bunch of other things, and I was monitoring the market, the market at the same time. So I was, glancing at the market to see if and when the environment and behavior got into position, and when that took place, if a trade would actually come, which it did just now. So literally the market is unfolding as you observe it. Your skill set is dependent on patience and discipline, because you need patience to wait for the market to present this environment and behavior. And you need the discipline to not do anything else until it does. This is something that I literally reiterate on every live stream, every recorded trade video like the one that I'm recording now, every live training, every recap I do, every vlog that I do. You hear me repeatedly say the same thing. I'm not saying it just to say it. I'm not saying it for my health. I'm saying it because this is the premise of consistency in the market. Patience and discipline is what leads to the keys that ultimately lead to freedom. Because when you're patient, you'll wait. And when you're disciplined, you won't deviate away from what you're being trained to do. You see, the execution of the process is the same, no matter what goes on, no matter what the contract size is, no matter how much money is in the account. You see the account balance. People look at this and like, oh, wow. You started with $100 and you're up to $2,000. Yeah. Mind you, we are literally just following a simple spreadsheet. So, I'm 17 trades into the project right now. We got another 13 trades left? It's just one trade at a time. The same trade that I took just now is basically the same trade that I took the first time when it was one contract. What do I mean, the same trade? The same trade as in the same process, the same execution of the process. I'm not doing anything different now because it's larger contracts. I'm not doing anything different now because the balance is bigger. The same process that I used when I took the first trade is the same process that I used just now to take trade number 17. That's what I'm saying. That's what I mean by it's the same trade, because it is the same execution of the process. And the market only respects the process that you apply to it. And when your process is waiting for the market to deliver everything to you, the market is never wrong. So guess what? When you wait for the market to give it to you, you will never be wrong. The market's going to give you that money. So it's amazing how simple this ultimately is. And through training and through the repetition of training is how you will elevate, to the point where you see me demonstrating what it is that I do over and over again. At this point, it's not just me. There was so many of my students that are, on the come up right behind me, doing the same thing, rinsing and repeating this process and achieving the same results, winning trades, not being afraid to scale up the contract size, treating, 20 contracts no differently than you treat one. Pretty soon we'll be at 50 contracts or more. We'll be at 100. I mean, you can see the numbers just keep increasing. These are real numbers, but it's the same trade, same execution, same process. All right. So hopefully that's the takeaway that you guys get from this. And, it will encourage you to, if you do ultimately decide to train, to really get into training and just stick it out. Like, a lot of people will start training and they'll give up because they begin to realize that they actually have to deal with themselves when it comes to the development of patience and discipline. You see, that's not the market. That's not anything that you're learning from the market. The market is just a mirror showing you that you don't have patience and discipline and that you need to work on it. And that's what the training does. The training cultivates, plants the seeds for your patience and discipline to grow. And it's through repetition that it grows. That's like watering the plant, watering the seeds. Yeah, I think that's the best analogy that I could use. When you first plant seeds, they're under the dirt. You don't see anything yet, but you still have to give them water and sunlight. You see, this is the same thing. You have to cultivate. That's what repetition does. The repetition of training. All right, y'all. So I'm out of here. So this, again, represents trade number 17 of the project. This is the Slow and Steady Project. My name is Mark Fuller. This is TeamAlliance. On the next trade, I'll be scaling up to 24 contracts. That'll be trade number 18. And I will see you guys on the next one. If you're interested in training, all of the information will be underneath this video in the description box if you're looking at this on YouTube. If you're watching this from Facebook, just send me a friend request and let me know that you want to get into training. All right. And I'll get you set up, get you going. All you got to do is start. The start is the most important thing. All right. I'm out. Mark Fuller, TeamAlliance. Deuces.